was wrong, Josh, you were right, it's too low. The entire poem is, or the entire story is in the poem. It's called Hollywood Highland. Just up from Hollywood and Highland, a scruffy, sad-faced corner hopper piqued the interest of my sympathy as he bobbed and weaved like a buoy amongst a sea of gas-guzzling machines that choked. Our angelic city gray while waiting to see green, his red shirt begged only stop. Begged only, please don't stop looking at me. Please stop, drop, and roll anything green my way. Please stop and drop anything that clinks in my cup before you roll away with a downward gaze that seemed to beg for anyone to say anything. But hey kid, you deserved this. His red shirt read in big black block letters, all I do is win. Funny. How are all the same? Ironic. How I chose to hesitate in approaching him. See, I figured he'd be old, weathered, haggard, my father's age even, when in reality, he wasn't much older than me. So his sign I asked to read. On the underside of a doubled-over Bud Light box top, he scribed, "Begging sucks. Compassion doesn't. I'd rather be working." Obviously. To me, he was working, his hustle, so I muscled the strength to muster the words, "Hey, brother," and handed him $1. And in that moment, I could see the SoCal sun had left his face weathered, dry as a desert where rain no longer falls right, into cracks where deep-rooted smiles once grew now grows only the definition of drought irrelevant. That beneath the remnants of smog that stuck to his skin like the beacon of a lighthouse whose frame had worn thin shined, the most beautiful blue eyes I had ever seen screaming. To me, he'd seen far too much life to still be shining that light for anyone else still lost at sea. So I walked back into the Starbucks, where I sit and write, put pen to paper, and almost started to cry, because of the words he chose in his surprise that some primly pressed girl had come down from her pedestal long enough to pretend to be proper enough to care whether he lives or dies, sinks into the sea or survives. The phrase that passed his lips was, "Thank you, you have a blessed day." And I had the audacity to say, "Yeah, you too," like I knew. He'd already walked away. I imagined to spare himself the pain of my empathy, like I know what it's like to sleep on the pavement, chilly. Like I know what it's like to have to hop anything but book pages. Like I know what to do at 2 a.m. trapped in a train yard, clenching a crew change guide in the face of a bulldog. Like I know anything about life other than blessed days and just being lucky. I'm oblivious to this world, to our streets, to what I'd really be willing to do to eat. Today, to him, his existence and my ignorance were equal, valued to occupy the additional space existing between 1 and 99 cents of inspiration, ignorance, and imagination of what he would give to live as the person whose most taxing thought is of next month's rent payment in Hollywood's Highlands. So I walked back outside. I asked him his name. It was Nate. Handed him $5 and thanked him for the inspiration. And all he asked for in return was a copy of my poem. Funny how we're all the same. Perspective. Give. Thanks.